Hi Sharks, I'm Brian Perry from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm here on behalf of the Drupal API Client project. We're seeking $10,000 to build an extensible JavaScript API client for Drupal, with the goal of eventually publishing the result under the Drupal namespace on NPM. Now, Sharks, let's face it, Drupal core has got great APIs to make data available to decoupled applications, but we fall short when it comes to helping JavaScript developers consume that data. That's where the Drupal API Client project comes in. Our goal is to create a framework-agnostic base class with defaults for things like data fetching and caching that can easily be overridden to support different implementations or even different API types. We then plan on extending that base class to create a complete client package for Drupal's implementation of JSON API. Sharks, we've handed out some samples by way of a small proof of concept. This is the API client class, which has a constructor and implements a fetch method, which has a default, but can also be easily overridden. And this JSON API client extends that class, but implements getCollection, which allows us to get a collection of resources from JSON API. And the GraphQL client extends the same class, but implements a query method to query GraphQL. Now, Sharks, we see that you have some questions, like why do we believe we'll be successful? We've already had a number of key contributors from the decoupled Drupal ecosystem express interest in participating. What are we going to do with our funds? This is a high-level breakdown of how we plan on using the $10,000. Primarily, we want to use it to be able to allow people to participate who wouldn't have been able to contribute otherwise. And as far as what we're going to deliver, we're going to create the project, develop a vertical slice proof of concept that will allow us to put together an early proposal for the Drupal JavaScript maintainers as we continue to work on the JSON API client, and also scaffold an initial GraphQL client as well. Thanks for your time, Sharks, and together we can make the Drupal API client a reality. Am I good? Am I done? I was told that I would meet Mark Cuban